Maybe I just cared too much. I didn't mean to start so strong, but I'm addicted to your touch. I can't believe I didn't see it. You pulled me close and I stopped breathing. Now I'm just staring at the ceiling, hoping to God that you're still thinking. Just rushed. Maybe I just rushed. But every time I play your game, my heart would just give up. Now I see you're moving on, but I'm not here to judge. I hope that he can treat you right. I hope that he's enough. I hope it's all enough. No sleep, 'cause I'm falling for tricks again. I still dream about the good old days. It was simple then. I can't believe I didn't see it. You pulled me close and I stopped breathing. Now I'm just staring at the ceiling, hoping to God that you're still thinking.
Yo, yo. What's up, guys? How are you? Okay, let me reduce a bit the volume here of SoundCloud, otherwise it's gonna be so annoying. So, guys, welcome everybody. This intro is gonna be really quick because Blackcode is waiting. All right. About the songs, wait a little bit, guys. I'm gonna say where you can send your songs and when, because I always do it like this, because otherwise people is gonna start sending the songs the day before the live stream and then they don't come to the live stream. So I always do it like this. Okay, guys, what we're gonna do today, really quick. As always, thank you so much to DistroKid and Isotope for sponsoring the live streams. Okay, if you didn't know, with Isotope we have done 2 giveaways this month: all the plugins and an Ozone 9 license. Okay, today and next week we're not gonna do any giveaway, but the following one we will do. Okay, so if you don't want to miss any, just subscribe and don't miss the live streams. And today what we're gonna do is just, okay, my ear is red, don't worry about this. We will do just a bit of talking with Blackcode, you know, an artist. If you don't know him, he's an artist that has been released in Revealed, Maxximize, Spinnin, Proximity, everywhere, in the biggest labels, you know, has been supported by the biggest artists. And also he's gonna be with us giving some feedback. Alright, so well, nothing else, I'm gonna talk with him. So hey man, are you there?
I'm fine, nice to be here, man. Thank you for having me.
Wait a second, I put you on camera. Okay, there you are. Guys, tell me if you hear it well, or if I have to boost his volume or what. Okay.
It's good.
But
it's nice.
Yeah, I guess it's nice. That's at least what OBS says. But yeah, well, guys, as you can see, there's a bit of latency on the connection. I hope everything works fine. I hope we can have a good live stream. Sorry for this.
Let's try.
Volume could be louder. Okay, let me raise the volumes. Thank you so much, Luis, for those £2, man. Thank you so much for being here always. So, well, just go directly to straight to the point. Just present a bit yourself if you want to, who you are, what you do, and all those this, where you're from.
Nice to meet you. I'm Lorenzo, first of all, but maybe all of you know me as Blackcode, and I'm a DJ and producer. Of course, I think a lot of you know who I am, but progressive house producer mostly, but not just this. Um, Working with a lot of good artists and we as good labels and good artists, of course. I don't know exactly what I'm to do. To check some music. Maybe it could be easier to go on and see what can we do.
When did you start making music?
That's a good question. I think I started in 2015, 2000 maybe.
Yeah, like me more. I mean, I think most of the people started around those years, because it was more when everything, when the EDM blow up, 14, 15. But yeah, how old are you, by the way? I don't know if you say it.
Yeah,
If people can know it. If you don't want to say it, don't say it.
That was the period when people starting to learn how to make music. Since before that kind of period, it was really hard to music in your home. You need maybe a studio and an expensive setup. Yeah. And after that period, laptop became more powerful. A lot of tutorials on YouTube starting to appear, sample pack, and all of this help the people to make and create an entire generation of producers as me. I think since in 2010, 2011 was really hard to find the right equipment to make music, the right samples. Everything was more difficult to learn, especially since there are not
and tutorials. There
were something like that. Yeah,
there were not of tutorials at the moment. When I started, basically the YouTubers that were doing tutorials about EDM music was Zenwald, and not a lot more. Basically him. Multiplier, I think it was, and some more, but there weren't like nowadays. Nowadays there are 100, 200, 300 people doing tutorials about this,
It is that a lot of tutorials were completely wrong. That the real thing to understand is that it's not everything you can see on YouTube or on the web is right. So you need to select really careful the people you hear. Since I see a lot of tutorials completely wrong, trying to learn to use something they are not really able to do. It's a big problem since you can you are thinking to learn something, but at the end of the day you are not learning anything. And
yeah, I mean the thing
there
is that
a lot of people that doing this.
In my opinion, when you watch a tutorial, what you need to do is, for example, you learn about whatever, about compressing, okay? In my opinion, what you have to do is, okay, you watch the tutorial and maybe watch from another people, because it's what you say, everybody's gonna say a different thing, So try to get the common thing, because probably that's the right thing, and then, of course, what you need to do is just practice that. If you just watch a tutorial and then just go and watch some Netflix, and you think you have learned about compression, no, you haven't learned about compression, because you didn't practice it. You have to practice the compression after watching the tutorial. So you learn whatever you want to learn on the tutorial, and then go and practice that. Otherwise, you're not gonna improve.
Is to make tons of music, and it's really important that you need to finish the record you are trying to do, even if it's not a big record, even if you are so stuck on the same idea again and again and again. This is nice since you can learn a lot of stuff during the entire process. Since if you are trying to make just the melody, for example, usually when you're starting an idea is the most creative and most excited part to this process. But if you are creating an idea and you need to develop all the idea, so from the first part to the mastering part, and this is the best way to get a completely overview of the song, of the music production process.
Because otherwise, if you always make the song, but for example, you never finish it, you're not gonna practice the mixing, the last mixing, or you're not gonna practice the mastering. So you're always gonna forget those things. And when you actually want to finish one song, when you get to those steps, you're not gonna do it well because you never practice that. So you're gonna ruin your song on those last steps.
Agree. And of course, you need to find your sound. But this is something a lot of people say to up and coming producer now. You need to find your sound. You need to find your style, and it's really hard to do this.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so easy to say, yeah, you need to find your own sound. You need to sound your unique way to express yourself to the music. But the truth is that the only way to find your sound is to make tons of music. When you make tons of music, at the end of the day, I don't know why, but one day you wake up and you say, yeah, this is something like me.
Yeah, because in the end, you start getting, when you make a lot of music, you make a new song, and in this new song, you use this sound that you never used before. And now you use in another song that sound. In the end, you start getting, from each song, you start getting this lead, this bass, this kick, this clap, this thing, all of this. In the end, you work with what you always work. So in the end, that's what creates your sound, in my opinion.
Exactly. That's the truth. And especially at the beginning of the career of the producer, the labels always reply to you something like, yeah, it sounds good, but it's not so unique, or we are looking for something more fresh. The truth is basically that labels, especially the biggest labels as Reveal or Maxximize or Spinnin or Proximity, or I don't know, all the big labels now, they are looking not for something fresh, but for a fresh song, a fresh artist, to get your to something. This is my opinion. The most important thing to do is to give your own twist to your record, to your production now. And to do this, the best way is to work a lot on the music. Since every day you can learn something new, you can do, okay, this is cool. But for example, you can do a cool sound in a bad song. Okay, this is fine. Later you work on another song and you can take that good sound and maybe learn in a good song the day after. Of course, especially in the first stage in the music production learning, the people is more full into the sound, or how can I get the sound, how can I get this kind of lead, this kind of bass. The truth is that you need to learn the songwriting. That's my, if you are good in songwriting, from there, the songwriting is the most important part of everything. If you have a good melodies, good chord progression, good lyrics, good top line, we go on. That's my biggest tips I can give you, is to work a lot on songwriting. You need to tell a story, and your song will be good at the end. And if the music is not fully great at the end, if you can see some EDM classic now, the mix down is not so perfect as today.
I always say the same. But also because at that moment there weren't like better songs, you know? I mean, for example, you check, I don't know, a song from 2013, 14, the hits at that moment, the mix was right for the moment, you know? The problem is that now I think we improve a lot, also with the technology and all of these things. The mix sounds can be a lot better. So you compare it with those songs, and those songs sound bad. But at that moment, they were sounding so good for the moment.
Yeah, you need to exactly understand that moment, that mix down was crazy.
Yeah.
Today it seems bad, but in that day was crazy, and probably was more expensive. That kind of mix down, since in 2010, 2011, maybe you need to in that you can get a professional mix down in your home with MacBook.
Yeah, maybe you need
to
more
get studio,
things.
expensive gear, analog gear. Day two, you can use this, but if you are good, I think that you can do everything by your.
Yeah. What DAW do you use? Do you use FL Studio, Logic, Ableton?
I'm using FL Studio, but I'm also able to use Cubase and Logic too.
And do you use, because of where we're talking about the sounds, that maybe you make one song and that song, the idea is bad but the sound is good, and so do you use the Project Bones? Have you ever tried that?
Of course, It's
Yeah.
best
I mean,
function in FL Studio, since you can get your lead, your sound,
yeah.
and it's nice.
Yes.
The risk,
In
the
Logic is
risk,
way. Yeah. Sorry. Tell me.
the risk could be you're using always the same,
Yeah.
and that could be another risk. So you need to find a good balance from new sounds and project bones kind of stuff.
Yeah, maybe getting only the main lead, for example, and then the supporting leads different, or the other way, like only getting like the supporting leads, but always changing the main lead or thing like this. I was going to say that in Logic, the kind of project bones they have is way better, or in my opinion, is way better because, for example, here in FL Studio, what you have to do is, for example, okay, you load this serum preset, but then you link it to the mixer, and you have to drag the mixer effects. And then if you want, for example, automations, you have to drag the automations and link them and blah, blah. In Logic, if I'm not wrong, you just one click and you have everything. It loads the serum, the effects, the automations, loads everything. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's way
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah, I think it's everything related to the workflow. If you have a good workflow on Logic, it's to work with Logic. If you have a good workflow
Of course.
Ableton, nice. At the end, it's everything about yourself and not about the DAW. But this is obviously, and of course, you need to find the right one for you, for your mind.
Yeah, of course.
The DAW is really connected with your mind, with how you can be more. What can I say? It's like everyone has a different way to think. Everything is not just related to music production.
Yeah, for me, for example, it's better for studio because when I started in Via, well, first because I don't really like the way of one track, one sound, you know? Like Ableton or Logic is like this. Like in this track, you only can have this preset, and everything that is there is affecting the preset or have the same effects. And so I like the freedom of FL Studio that you can put everything in one line, you know, that you have now the kicks, now you have the snares, now you have this preset, now you have this effect. I kind of like this because for me it's faster. When I started in EDA, I throw the things everywhere. I don't care. Maybe later I organize the things and so, but when I start the idea, it's like boom, 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 boom. I don't care. And in maybe 5 tracks, I have the idea, or 10 tracks, I have the idea. Then maybe when I organize it, it's 30, 40 tracks or whatever. But when I start, for me, it's way faster to do it like this. That's why I like FL Studio.
That would be a really big problem when you are trying to making stems. A really big problem making stems. But we need to be honest. Imaging Line and FL Studio really improved in this. Right now, for example, you can export just line, so this is pretty nice. Now you can export just your line, and this is way better than to export every single channel of your mixer.
Yeah,
and this could be when you're working with collaboration. That could be nice. But as I said to you before, it's about your personal taste. Anything more.
I think what FL Studio needs to improve. I think should be the first priority is the use of the CPU. Because sometimes it's like, okay, FL Studio is red, you know, at 100%, but you look at the CPU of the computer, maybe it's 40%, and it's like, why you didn't use the complete CPU usage that you can take? Why didn't you use all the power that my computer has, you know? And Ableton or Logic use the right computer power.
That's right. I don't know. Usually, recently I switched from my old laptop and I just got the new MacBook Pro. To be honest, with this one, it's really hard to find some CPU problems. So at the moment, I'm happy. But it's there are some plugins that kill the CPU. Serum is a killer. And also some file filter too are really CPU expensive, or Nexus no, Silent no, Spire is really killer.
Do you have the Sooth? Is a plugin for the vocals?
It's not just for the vocal, I guess. It's more
it's not only for the vocals, but like I only use it for the vocal. You can use it everywhere. It's like it cuts the resonance in a dynamic way. That one is a key. I mean, I think it's apart from maybe a big contact library or something like this, is one of the most CPU killers that they have. Maybe I have just in a vocal project that is only like the instrumental and 5 layers of vocal or whatever, maybe I have 4 or 5 sooth, and it started getting hard, you know.
Never get sued, but it's of course in my to buy list for sure.
I mean, I always recommend it. I have it in all my vocals. I use it because when you have those resonance that are so annoying, you use that, and wow, it's fantastic. It's so nice.
Usually I like to do this by Pro Q3.
Yeah.
Since I can get more control. I'm not a really big fan of the kind of plugins you are not really control what are you doing. The one now kind of not really fan. But Suit I think is way better. So probably I'm to buy it in the next month for sure.
Yeah, it's not really like a one knob, but it's also not completely free, you know, freedom, you know. It's like in between, because you can control a lot of things. You can control in what part of the frequency bands you use it, you know, like how much and all these things. You have more settings, but yeah, it's, for example, with fab filter, maybe you have, of course, more freedom. Like I want it just here, of course.
Exactly.
Yeah. So man,
yeah.
just one question before we start with the feedback. I would like to know more about how you got into Revealed, like signing there that much, all the contacts you have. I mean, because you are not a Revealed artist, right? You're not exclusively there, or you are?
No. I'm not an exclusive artist in terms. I've not an exclusive agreement. Usually, I split my release from Revealed and Spinnin Maxximize. 2022 will be all Revealed and Maxximize, I guess. I Revealed in 2017. Revealed Radar. Then I do 4 or 5 release on Revealed Radar, and then started to work closely with them. And I'm, to be honest, if the point who I am is almost about Revealed, since he trusted me since day one, and this is not something easy to find.
How long it took you? 4 or 5 songs to release in the main one, in the main label?
I think at least 5, 6 songs in the Radar label.
That's quite
maybe
quick,
more.
because, for example, if you check names, I think it took him like 15 songs, something like this, you know. So it's quite quick. 4 or 5, and getting on the main is quick.
Not just something like to do something like you need to get 10 songs on the brother label,
and
then you go on the main one. This is not something it works like that. It's something like it works like it's a different kind of. But at the end, I think that it's not something about the label, the radar label. Everything in Revealed is nice.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
I mean, nice. One thing that I like about Revealed, one thing about that I like a lot about Revealed is that it's one of the labels that you make sure they're gonna listen and they're gonna reply. Because there are a lot of labels that, yeah, maybe they don't tell you I don't like the song, but you see they played the song, so if they listen to it and they don't reply, is a no, of course. But Revealed, you know that for sure they're gonna listen and for sure they're gonna reply in like maybe 1 week. There are other labels, I don't know how maybe you got into Proximity, but I remember I sent a song to Proximity maybe April or May of last year, and I think they didn't even listen yet. And it's like, okay, you know, for example, I sent a song to Maxximize like 3 weeks ago, and they didn't listen yet. So with Revealed, you have this kind of you make sure they're gonna listen, and I like that. You know?
That's a common problem, especially in the upcoming stage. Since coming stage, you need to create a connection with the label. It's not like since you need to imagine how much demo they can get. For example, that you need to be consistent. That's the key. Since if you are starting to send one track, for example, I'm sending something like 1 or 2 tracks for a week to Revealed or Maxximize. That's 2 labels I work mostly. And meeting or something like that to say the song is nice or the song is not so good, since the fact is Revealed, for example, and Maxximize too are really selective on what are they picking.
Yeah.
So you need to imagine that they have really a lot of demos, and it's to check all the demos. But what can I say is that the Revealed team is really what can I say, is great, since they always listen to music and try to help you to improve the music, since
Yeah.
usually a lot of people send music that is not ready to be on big labels like that, but they also give you a professional feedback. And to honest, I really improve feedback, this kind of feedback, since every time, for example, I'm really a good friend of RC, and RC every time say me, this is not works, this works, try to improve this, that. And it's not like something like, okay, pass sign, like this. It's more like a process to help you to make the best music as you can. You need to see the label not just like a goal, since this is the wrong way to see the label. It's not like a goal. The goal is not to sign a song with Reveal, the Spinnin, Maxximize, Protocol, every kind of you want, but it's to make good music.
Yeah, of course.
If you make good music is not just about the label, it's about the music. The people is looking about good music. It's not looking about, oh yeah, this is good since it was released on this label, on this that label. It's more like the good music. And today, especially, if you are strong, if you have a good output, a good fan base, you need a label, yeah, but if the music is good, you can release through yourself and the music will be fine.
I mean, I released a lot of songs. Actually, like one a year at least. I self-released the songs. Usually, for my birthday, I self-release a song. Any song that maybe I just like and maybe labels don't like or whatever thing, but I like it. I just release it by myself. And if you work on the promotion and so, it can go well. For example, I always put the example of I did a hardstyle song some years ago, and well, hardstyle labels. Now they're improving, but hardstyle labels are the worst on this. I mean, they're so difficult to contact and to sign there. I mean, they are super close, like only their artists, the artists they always release and not more. Now they opening a bit more the like the label. They have sub labels like Reveal Radar, but for them, so it's a bit easier. At that moment was extremely hard. I didn't get I got rejected in 2, and then I think nobody else listening to it. So I said, okay, I like this song. I'm just gonna release it myself, because I like it. I trust in it, and it's almost 500,000 streams nowadays because I work on the promotion. I got into a lot of good playlists and it's almost 500,000 streams. I mean,
song is good. It's good.
It's big.
The good things about these days, and especially in labels as Revealed, for example, is that creation of sub labels is really helpful, since when you're starting to release on this kind of labels, it's the first step to improve a lot your sound.
Yeah.
It's the first step. It's more easy to be consistent if you have some good releases. That's the truth. Since it's like it's okay for yourself. Now, when you're releasing a song, it's always a good emotion, a good feeling you have when you're releasing the song. But as I said to you before, I think that tips I can do to the people is not to looking as a pretty weird kind of solution to contact that labels that are that kind of an art. It's not this. It's more about to find a way to be in contact with the label to understand exactly what works and what not works. But this is the way you can learn and you can grow up. It's not like I'm to sign that song or sign with that label since this will change my life. That will not happen.
And what would you or what do you recommend when, for example, you send a song and they don't listen? Should we send it again? If you make sure that they don't listen, because maybe you have a tracking link or just SoundCloud and you see they didn't listen or so.
Today, for example, to honest, it's hard that something like this it's happened today. To be honest, it's really hard that I sent a link and they don't listen. As I said to you before, I have a good connection with all the labels I'm working, since it's like it's not like a game or like a Squid Game. They are listen. It's not working like this. It's working like you create a good connection, and good connection means good music, and good music, it means a good quality and quantity. If you are consistent and you send always music, yes, of course, can happen that 1 week they will not listen your song. You need to wait another week, and you can send it the song again. 10 days or 2 weeks, and then you can send it again. I know it's not easy. I know it's not a good moment, since this was happening to me also back in the days. And of course, I know how bad it is that you are putting months working on a song, spending money to get the vocals, and trying to find the right sound, and then buying some presets, and watching tons of tutorials, and trying the song again and again on your car. Oh, I know that's the hardest part of this business, but everything can help you to learn better how this business works. Since at the end, it's a business too.
So basically,
so if your music is good, be sure that you.
Yeah. So basically, what you say is that just keep making songs as much as possible and keep sending. And one day they will check it, they will sign it, and step by step you will grow. Right?
Wait. Okay.
Hey, man.
Yeah. I'm going down. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So that's the fact, is that you need to be consistent.
Yeah.
Give up. Give up making good music, and never give up.
Yeah, I know.
First, some labels are more difficult to sign, since if a label release just one song for a week, it's really hard to get signed.
Yeah.
Label release more songs, you have more chance to be signed.
Yeah, of course.
Proximity, for example, you mentioned that Proximity, I worked together with Blake a lot of times back in the days. Lucky that he checked one of my songs 4 years ago, I guess. I was lucky. That's the truth.
But they listen to a song that you sent, or they listen to another song that you have released, and they told you, hey, I like this song, do you have another one?
Some labels like this. Proximity, I think I have a song with Cosling, for example. It was already in contact with them, and we released a couple of collaborations together there. And after I was in contact with Blake, and I sent a couple of records and say, hey Blake, what do you think? He liked records. It was getting liked and numb, and we signed.
Okay. So man, I think it's time to. Yeah, sorry. Tell me.
Complete the story. You need to be in touch, and to be in touch, you need to send more music. It's not like anything different. Sending music. Trust me. Good. Nothing.
Yeah, of course. I mean, in the end, is that they will start knowing you, and by knowing you, maybe one day they help you a bit more because they know you a lot, or
get collaboration. Get collaboration. When you are trying to, when you wanna release on a kind of label, since you are a big fan of the label and you wanna release, but it's a really hard label to reach. The best way could be to send your idea to another producer in that label.
Yeah.
And for the idea, what do you think? Maybe you can find someone like that. Could be another solution.
Yeah, of course. There's one guy in the chat asking if you would release this year, or if you want to release at least in Protocol.
I can say you more. I can say you more. Let's see. Why not?
Okay. Maybe, guys, we have here some news. Okay, so man, I think it's time. I'm gonna tell the people that can send the songs.
Yeah, let's
maybe
go.
You can listen to some. So guys, please send links. Okay, always links. And the mail is the one that I put right now in the chat. Okay. Today what we're gonna do is just random all the time, because usually I go like in order, then maybe some random stuff. But today I'm gonna go full random because probably we're gonna have a lot of songs, you know. So maybe wait a little bit so people send the music and we start. All right. So maybe just go with this one.
I will say.
What? I don't hear you, man. I think I lost you something.
Now.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna put like this the screen so people can see the screen. Okay, let me see 1 second. All right, guys. So let's start with some feedback. Tell me if you hear the music. Do you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Sunshine and moonlight, I fade into stars stuck in your eyes. Yeah, I'll take a million of these nights. I could stay forever, forever in your arms. I could stay forever, I could stay forever, I could stay forever in your arms. I could stay forever, I could stay forever in your arms. No, I'm not, no, I'm not, I'm not afraid. No, I'm not, no, I'm not, I'm not afraid. No, I'm not, no, I'm not, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
So what do you think, man?
It's so nice. Really great song.
I think it has good vibes. The only two things that I didn't really like is first, this last
Great.
snare
Great.
is so common. I mean, everybody uses these snares. Do you hear me?
Playing. The vocal.
Your audio is getting cut.
I can hear you properly.
Okay, now.
Hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, here we are. The vibes of the overall vibes of the song is pretty nice. Also, I think the mix down needs to be clean a little bit more and needs to be more it needs to be more wide in some parts, since I think that there are some phase cancellation problems, some EQ problems, but of course it's a really pretty nice song with a good top line and a little bit more mixing detail to fix. Could be really great.
Yeah,
Nice
of course.
record.
I mean, the mixing needs some work. I like the idea, you know, the concept or the vibes of the song. I think it's quite good. I just didn't really like that the melody in some parts was like changing a little bit the rhythm. I mean, it was like, wait one moment, I don't remember. I'm gonna play it. It was like, here it's like dun 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 dun. You know, there's some parts that is like not really following like the common rhythm. Here like dun 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 dun. You know, I think it's like it's not really fitting. That's my opinion.
To me, it's not. To me, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a little bit more unexpected. It's not so generic.
Yeah. Yeah, you can also see it like this.
It's nice. I think the main problem of the song is the top line, and of course the overall mixing and sound wise.
Yeah, mixing needs some work, of course. But the idea is, I mean, the vibe, the idea, the melody, and so is quite good, quite good.
Approved.
Okay.
From my.
Let's go with another one, just random.
Let's
like
move on the next one. Yeah.
Let's go quick. All right.
Let's go.
Why is not sounding? Oh, okay. Okay, so far, what I want to say is that the leads need more strength, are quite thin, quite narrow, quite like in the background. They need to be stronger, you know, like in your face. And maybe it's a bit repetitive, the melody, like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
And again and again and again and again and again. Maybe I would try to add some more variation in it. Even if the rave is not like progressive house and maybe has a lot more variation, I would add a bit more.
It could be catchy if you can keep this kind of loop that you have later. And I think that's also the main lead needs to be stronger, and you need to get more way more reverb in this kind of music.
Yeah, the reverb here needs to be so epic.
The reverb
so
sidechain to the lead. Problem is about the atmosphere of the drop, since it's too dry at the moment.
Yeah.
But the vibes is nice also in one.
Let's continue.
Good idea.
Sorry, what were you saying?
It's a good song. See, it seems a good song.
Yeah, okay. Let's continue. Let's see more. I like the change in the bass here, that the bass went down. That's nice.
Exactly. The harmony.
Yeah.
It's nice, the harmony. Nice one. Great record, man. Great record. Yeah.
I like the idea so much. Like
Really great
this
record.
change to instead of future rave to kind of not really, yeah, kind of progressive house. I like this kind of change.
That's really great song. Some, of course,
Yeah, for example,
some
in the break, the
little
leads
things
need a
to
lot of
fix,
work.
especially I mean, the sound- the sound.
We're losing you, man. I think we lost him.
Yeah, since this really helps my kind of rain could sound like. Can you hear me?
Yeah, kind of. Talk?
That the rain. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
That this more arrangements could be a little bit outdated. It's too sweet of mafia, Greyhound kind of.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. True.
And maybe find a different way to get this kind of happy vibes using different sounds. That's my tips.
I think, for example, in the mixing, the leads in the breakdown need a lot of work because the leads here, this sounds so basic, like so starting producer, you know, doesn't have a clear sound. So here needs a lot more work. But then, for example, when it goes to the build-up, here, I love the harmonies here and the vibe. Like the bass and the chorus with, I don't know, this change, I like it a lot because it gives a lot of emotion to it, you know? I like that.
Yeah, it's a great record. Great records.
Okay, I'm gonna check one by Luis because he donated twice, but I don't know if he, yeah. This guy is usually so good, has really crazy ideas. Let's see today what he has. Oh, so loud. Wait.
Usually induced by a procedure known as a hypnotic induction involving a series of preliminary instructions and suggestions. The use of hypnotism for therapeutic purposes is referred to as hypnotherapy.
What do you think so far? Lorenzo? I think we lost you. We lost him. Are you there?
See you
Lorenzo?
and listen you.
Okay, now I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Nice song. Pretty cool record. Great sound design. Always this kind of complex vibes. Great
Yeah.
song, man. Congrats.
I mean, this guy is also doing like, he changes a lot, like the style, but I think this sounds quite unique, you know. The mixing needs some work. It's not the best mixing he has sent, but the mixing, I mean, in some parts it's a bit chaotic, like not clear because of a lot of things going on and so. But I think the idea is so unique. I don't really hear a lot of this music out there nowadays, you know. I don't know, the sound design is
this
quite
sound-
unique. The idea in general is so unique.
Mastercard, I guess. Mastercard could be the good label for this.
Yeah, maybe. I always tell him to this guy to release music, but he never releases. I don't know why. He has probably sent me like 10 songs, and I think he didn't release any. It's time, man. It's time, Luis. Release the music.
Focused attention. You do.
Nice effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of the same, but that effect that had in the break, like kind of LFO going down and then going up, I think it's so nice. So nice.
An LFO.
And also because then it gets to the build up, so it's like, okay, you stop for a moment, you create energy, and boom, comes the build up, so you keep all the energy. So that's so nice.
Really nice record.
Really nice one, Luis. Just maybe the mixing. I'm not gonna focus today on the mixing. I prefer to go more the idea and go to more songs, but the mixing needs a bit of work because of what he said. There's some parts that are not really clear, like too many things going on in my opinion. So maybe some parts you need to work more to give a space to each sound. But the idea is so sick.
Space is space.
Yeah, the space is the key. I mean, so I got some donations. Thank you guys for those donations. I wanted to do it more like random, but I'm gonna try to get those donations first because Lorenzo, usually what you do is just random or in order. But if somebody donates, you know, like I give priority to that song because they kind of spend the money, you know, to support.
Drop. Maybe we can just check the first drop to hear more song. What do you think?
Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
I see the mountains glowing all day, dropping all of the sun ray. And I'd like to think I'm to knowing all the permutations of the moon day. I've been pulled by a calling, much larger than thee. I can feel the feet throbbing, dipped in adrenaline sea. Oh, the search to
I think this song is not a bad song, but is quite. I mean, the mix needs a lot of work. Those leads are super thin, super high, no body, and so. But it's like way too generic. I mean, it reminds me. I don't know if it's a Martin Garrix song, but there's some songs out there that have kind of a similarity, like dun 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 dun, you know. So I think this guy needs to try to be a bit more unique, Try to find a cooler melody or not so generic melody, maybe.
As I said before, songwriting is the key. In this case, for example, you have a standard progression. You need to create something that sounds you and not just a copy of Martin
Yes.
Garrix's song.
Yes, exactly. I mean, the thing is that you can have a song with a bad mixing, but sign that song because the idea is so nice, because it's so cool, and maybe that 10% of mixing that you need to solve, maybe nobody cares. But
Yes, of
you can
course.
have the best mixing out there, but if the idea is not nice,
anyone will take care about. Oh yeah, this mix sounds great, but the song is suck.
yeah, no.
Not working like this.
I mean, producers will think like this, but most of the people won't think like this. So
Producer, of course, you get some feedback like, yeah, but this kick is not so clean, and this bass is not so power. But at the end, the people will enjoy the song.
yeah,
A lot of big songs with mixing problems.
yeah, exactly.
Let's
Okay.
move on. How many? Wow, it's impossible to check everything.
No, it's impossible to check everything. Sometimes 2 years ago came Severman here, and we had like, I don't know if it was 90 or so, or 80 mails. It's impossible. Well, let's try to do as much as possible. What do you think?
that the overall vibes of the record is not so bad. It's good. It's good but the main problem is in the songwriting in this case, since we have not a good top line melody. I can remember the top line of the melody after 3 seconds that I listened to the song, and I think that is bad, since the overall vibe of the record was not good, was not bad. It was nice. So you need to check the way to get your melody sounds more easy and catchy, and you need to get able to sing the melody. The key is always to be able to sing. You make a song, you need to get able to whistle the song, the melody. And in this case, it's so difficult. Then another tip I can give you is to not using two different melodic elements in the song, since you can see that in the first part we're using a plug that make a melody, but it's completely different from the
leads.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, but usually that's what we have. Like in the break we have a plug, and then in the build-up we start introducing the leads. But you mean like the plug needs to sound kind of like the leads?
Get an harp or kind of something like that, but it's more like an harmonic element. In this way, I think it has something like a different melodic element in the break and in the drop, and this creates confusion.
Okay.
It's hard to identify the song.
Then, for example, in the mixing, I think, for example, the orchestral drums in the break
Yeah.
are super loud.
In my opinion, it's out of context. my opinion, is out of context since that's not a rhythmical movement. Put this.
Yeah, but maybe with the vocal you can fit in that part, right? The problem is that
yeah,
he doesn't have the vocal.
Probably, yeah. The overall vibes of the song is not bad. You need to work more on the songwriting, I think. But I work more on this one since it's nice. It's not bad.
Then also, for example, the leads, in my opinion, well, they're not that bad, but they don't really feel clean and tight. They feel a bit harsh and not really like tight, compressed, you know. They feel a bit like loose, like they're everywhere, you know. I don't know how to explain it, but like
A common mistake in this genre I see and I can hear in a lot of production is to boost the lead in the high frequencies, and this is something you need to avoid, since the power of the lead is in the mid and mid high range. It's not in the high frequencies. In the high frequencies, you have just the ride, the crash,
yeah,
and you need to have the lead. So you need to get a gentle kind of smooth in that kind of area, and your lead will be more warm and less harsh.
yeah. Actually, sometimes in some of my songs, I cut some of the highs. Well, not cut like a brick wall, you know, but like a gentle cut or like high shelf, you know, on the maybe 18,000 from the top, because this way you get that. You don't get that kind of crispy sound that is not really for this, and also because sometimes it helps to, if you want a song that the reverb is so present, and so sometimes reducing the highs can make the song the leads be a bit more in the back or feel more the reverb, so also can help a bit on this.
I have more attack on the lead. You can layer it a small white noise, and you can have white noise in that kind of range, but just that white noise and without having too much saturation, distortion, compression on this. Need to be more soft as possible in that range. That could be that's the solution.
There's one guy saying that in Italy you don't have a good internet connection. Is that right?
Yeah, of course. That's right. Fully agree.
Really? I mean, what's the max that you can get, maybe? For example,
it really
here
depends on where you
in my
live.
house,
Really
if I connect it directly to the router, if I connect it directly, it's like 600 megas. But in my room, it only gets like 150.
20 at the moment.
How much you get? We lost the sound. 20. I think you said 20, right? It's because it's cutting the sound. But you only get to 20?
This area, yeah. If you are living in the center of the city, you can get also a couple of giga, of course.
Okay. So yeah, let's continue with the next one. There's one by sorry if I pronounce it bad, Ashad Kasmi, that sent the donation but didn't send the song, I think. So well, let's continue with the next one.
This guy, just a tip: never text something like this on your email. Never send no master still working.
Yeah.
You never send something like that to the label. You need to be confident with your song, with your stuff, no?
And
of course,
I always because I receive a lot, and I say this a lot of times. Like for example, this is just because it's a feedback live stream, you know. But never send just this, you know. Sometimes I get songs like this, like mail, and sometimes even no subject, and it's like you don't spend even 1 second in the mail. Do you want me to spend minutes listening to a song and give feedback? Of course not. But like sometimes what they say is that no master. Sometimes the mastering is not really. I'm not gonna say it's not important, but sometimes you can send a song, and the mastering is like the people is not really realize the mastering is done or not. You know, if you you have mixed at loud volume, maybe you send the song and it's like it's good. You know, and people maybe don't even realize it's mastered or not, because mastering, I mean, we don't have extremely precise ears. Like okay, this is limited. No, sometimes not like this. Sometimes it's obvious that is mastered or not, but most of the times not. So don't even say it. That's my opinion.
Yes. I think that you never be so confident with the master. The mix down is the key. If your mix down is nice, the limiter at the end of the chain.
Yeah, of course. Sometimes the mastering is just that. It's a bit of EQing and the limiter, and it's done. You know, if you have a good mix, nothing else.
Big fan. Yeah, I'm not really big fan to tweak so much the record in the master process, since control in every single area, and this is not so good, since you can tweak something that sounds good in the drop, but then you are running the breakdown, for example.
Yeah. There's one question that says, how can I avoid low-end noise when limiting leads? Just low cut. Because if I put an EQ after the limiter, it stops working. Okay, so I think that he's saying that he limits the sound, he gets some low end, and then if he puts the limiter, yeah, of course the limiter is not like working because you changed the sound. But just put the low cut before the limiter. This way you avoid it. And maybe later you get a little bit of low end, but no problem.
Turn on the lead. It's not a good way. You need to have a limiter, yeah, but you need not to compress the lead using the limiter. Since you no, this is a good effect, in my opinion. You can get a limiter to avoid the peak, but just for this.
I always have it in the buses, in the lead, and so I always have it to cut some of the peaks, like 2-3 dBs, to avoid getting loud peaks, you know, and controlling a bit more the like the average volume, but not like really limiting like maybe I do on the mastering. Of course not. It's just a couple of dBs.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, of course. Low frequencies, you can cut out everything. You are.
Yeah, with just a low
but be careful. But be careful, since it's not like a puzzle. You need to use brick wall kind of limiting, since everything will sound not natural if you're using the brick wall limiter, except for the sub bass.
In my opinion, you should never use the brick wall. In my opinion.
Maybe just in the sub.
Maybe, but I think it's better maybe to use the 72. I think it's gonna sound more natural, because brick wall is not really natural. It's a big cut on the information of the sound. I don't know.
Agree, fully agree.
I prefer 48, maybe 72 dBs per octave if it's really needed, but I never use brick walls. I used to use it in the past, but I don't use it anymore. Okay, next one. There's something off key in the drop. I'm not sure what it is. If it's a chord or an ambient sound or something, but there's something in the drop that is off key. Are you there? We didn't hear you, man. Nope. Well, I'm gonna give feedback until he maybe comes back. I think starting like this.
You hear me?
Yeah, now I hear you. I think we lost you again. Well, I think starting like this, the song. It's a bit risky in my opinion, because then it's all the time the same. As you start with the leads, then you don't have anything else to add, you know? There's not a lot of variation that you can do. And you go down here with the bass, and that's nice because it creates good harmonies. But it's all the time the leads doing the same melody, and then you get to a drop and it's the leads doing the same melody. So I don't know, I think it's a bit risky to do it like this. About the mixing, I think those leads are way too noisy and high and harsh, you know? Not really warmth in the song. And then there's something in the drop that I feel is off key, something in the background. I don't know if it's the bass or if it's an ARP or if it's an ambient sound, but there's something that is off key. That is completely off key. Wait, I think he talked to me. Wait, guys. Do you hear me? Now
Yeah.
I hear you. Now I hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, just saying about the song that the first part is not bad. Pam pam pam. That could be nice, but overall, you need to keep the melody way more simple and more less random, since now it sounds really random.
But did you hear the off key thing I said? I
Yeah.
think something off key, but I'm not sure what it is. I think it's an ARP. Can be?
Yeah, could be. There are some notes off scale. There are one note is off the scale.
I'm not sure what it is, man, but check it on the piano roll. Check it to make sure that everything is on the key. And if it's maybe either using samples or something, make sure the sample is at the right key. Okay, so
Let's move on to the last one.
yeah, guys, he's gonna leave, okay, because he has to leave, but I'm gonna keep a bit more, okay, I'm gonna stay a bit more, so don't worry, we're gonna check more songs.
Let's go
Okay.
for the last one.
Yeah, this guy, by the way, I think he's Italian or something, because he said something to you. Wait, so
To me,
yeah, because he said saluti da Pescara. I don't know if it's
ciao, ciao.
Pescara is a town or something.
Yeah, it's not so far from my home.
Where do you live? Like on the north, south, center?
In Rome.
In Rome, okay.
In the center.
Okay.
Tell me where you've been, 'cause I need you here. Promise to get then you disappear. Just hold on a little bit longer. We'll make it out just a little bit stronger. In my heart, it's raging like thunder. Can't you hear it now? Me for you and you for me. We got all we need. Push on through, someday we'll see. We got all we need. We got all we need. All we need.
What do you
Nice
think?
song. Nice song. Everything's in the right place. It works perfectly. Maybe a couple of tips of suggestion just to make it more fresh. Since to be honest, the song already works. I think that the arrangement needs to be more fresh. I'll avoid to use this kind of big snares in the build-up, for example, and of course the drop could be shorter, since in the second part at the end it's not happening anything so new, so fresh. And in terms of melody, in the last part of the melody, it going a little bit too random. Could be more easier to follow, since in the last part it became too random. The last couple of notes when you are closing after 50 seconds of the drop. Now,
But what do you mean by making the drop shorter? Like just 16 bars?
yeah,
And maybe at the second drop longer, like 32.
yeah, and of course you can make a club version, a festival version with 30 seconds of drop.
Hmm.
Just a tip, if you can.
Yeah, it
like.
can work. And the biggest problem I see talking about the mixing is that the vocal gets a bit masked, gets a bit lost in the mix. You know, it's not really present, in my opinion. At least I like vocals that you can easily hear and understand what it says. And it's not bad, but I think it can have more space, you know? Like maybe reducing a bit on the frequencies, the vocal is important, but reducing in the instrumentals is where you give more space, something like this. So this way the vocal has a bit more space and is clear. It's more clear. I think that's a mistake. The rest is good. The rest of the mix is quite good. No, not
Really great song.
Yeah, really nice one.
Great song. Congrats.
So man, you have to leave, right?
Congrats, guys. Really nice song. I'm to leave, guys.
Yeah. So
guys,
well,
thank you so much.
thanks to you, man, for being here. So sorry, guys, for the latency. We have to talk with the Italian government so they improve the internet there.
That could be a good idea. Be a good idea, guys. Guys, for the patience to be here, and of course, if you want to send more songs to me, you can get into my promo email. I always check the demos. The promos is promos@blackcodemusic.com.
Okay.
If you can,
I guess you have it on SoundCloud or Instagram or something, right? So they can check it, the mail address.
Of course, you can check it on my SoundCloud, I guess, also in Instagram, maybe. Let me check. No, Instagram does not. You can check it on SoundCloud, my promo. So if you want to send some new music to get feedback, send it over. I'll try to reply to the most people as I can.
Okay, so man, thank you so much for being here. Well, I have to say congrats on all you have achieved so far, because it's crazy, and I hope you achieve a lot more things. And nothing else. Thanks for coming, for talking, for the feedback and all these things. Okay, man? Thank you so much.
Bye, guys. See you next
Bye.
time.
Ciao. Okay, guys, so let me close this. We're gonna continue with the feedback, don't worry. Okay? So I'm gonna say again, I mean, everything is fine, right? Yeah. So sorry for the connection. I mean, it's something that happens. I don't know why living in Rome they have such a bad internet connection. I mean, I live in a really small town of 7,000 people, 1 hour from Valencia, so it's not really in a big city, near a big city, and I have 600 megas, you know. My room I cannot get 600, but I have 600 in my house, so I don't know why in Italy there's such a bad connection. But yeah, such a nice guy. So sorry for the connection again. And well, now what I'm gonna do is snack. I'm hungry. Okay. Italy, man, it just trash about everything apart from the food. Trust me. I've been in Italy 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago. I went to Bergamo. My attention is going to your ear. Guys, it's not that red. I don't know why. It's something that happens to me always. Sometimes I'm cold, you know, like it's cold outside, and with the jacket and my ear is red. Always, and it's always the right one. Always. I don't know why. I could have put, instead of Wildcrow, I could have put something like red air, you know, red ear, something like this. The capital city has a better connection than the rest of Italy. So guys, some ASMR. Nice. That is so nice cities, nice story, nice food, but wrong government. I mean, actually, the internet connection is not about the government, not at all. They don't control this. It's just the brands that are there or something. You know, for example, here in my town, there's one friend that has I mean, like, the town is ending here, okay? I mean, the town ends here, and his house is right here. I mean, it's touching. So she has a bad connection because he's not at the town, you know. And he's like, really? And that's of course not the government. It's just the company. So guys, let's continue. Let's continue with this. There's one song, one guy that donated something, but I don't know the mail or something. Okay, let's continue. And guys, honestly, I have to leave also because I have to finish the video for tomorrow. Okay, it's a video, kind of controversial video. Probably I put something later on Instagram, so you can see it in the story and you're gonna understand everything tomorrow. Okay, I don't want to talk about this now. Actually, I was going to put it earlier, but I didn't want to. I want to sponsor this, to promote this. Sorry. So yeah, these are the songs, the donation they have. What the fuck? The donation I have so far. I'm gonna check these songs and I'm gonna leave, guys, because a lot of time. I mean, a lot of things to do, not a lot of time. So I'm just gonna check this, okay? If your song is not here in this list, don't worry. You can learn from others, okay? You can learn a lot from other people, not only from your songs, your faults. Mif, why you send it like this? Always send links, please. Always. This is so bad. Okay, as you can see, I've opened SonarWorks, so this way I can hear better. Probably you have heard a change on the sound, but I hear better, so I can give you better feedback. About this song, what I think is that it's a bit basic, especially at the beginning, because it's all the time like chords, long notes, no rhythm on the melody, you know. Then when you add the sub bass, it's so basic. Why didn't you add, instead of a normal sub bass, like a bass guitar, and instead of long notes like boom, 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 why don't you add like boom, 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 boom? You can add the rhythm of the melody, but on the bass. So you're kind of introducing it, you know? And this way it's more interesting, has more rhythm. Then these leads are super noisy, super detuned, not a clear sound. I think you need you need a lead that is kind of dry, and kind of not detune it, and then you need the other leads that are the supporting ones. Then here in the drop, the biggest problem is that the mid bass is not really clear. The kick needs a lot more punch and sub bass, and the problem of the leads. The idea is quite basic. I mean, what we were talking earlier, you need to finish this song, okay? Because you should finish almost all your songs, so it's where you practice all the steps of the music production. But I don't see this as a really catchy song, really unique one, or really a good a song that some people would. I'm not saying it's a bad song, okay? I don't want to say it like this, but like really basic, really standard, basic, you know. So you need to improve more about the idea on the song. All right. Okay, next one. But by the way, guys, as I said, new video tomorrow. And if you haven't seen the video where I tell you how much money I made, you should go and watch it. Okay? Please. Slake Slagger. I know, Danix, I never listen to Google Drive links because they are so bad, and I always say this. I say this 1,000 times. The problem is that this guy donated, so I kind of looked to the other side and I listened to it. If it wasn't a donation, probably wouldn't have listened to that song, just because it was a donation, just because of that, honestly. Because never send Google Drive links, never. Never, never.
I can't get enough of this drug to take all love I need. To feel like I am home again. You came from above, your wings wider than a dove. I need you, I need you. I can wait another minute, I can wait another second to be with you for an eternity. I feel like I am in a daydream. Every moment that I spend with you. With you.
Won't you take me home and give me wings to fly? We can be alone in the castle in the sky. We can run away and leave this world behind. Please just take me home to a castle in the sky. Castle in the sky.
Sorry for cutting the drop. I want to say some things first. This vocal has a lot of high resonance, and it's so annoying.
Feel like I am in a daydream.
So annoying, okay? Control the F and the S with a de-esser, and then if you don't have the soothe, just with an EQ, try to control. Maybe if you have the Fab Filter Perky 3, use dynamic EQ option with resonance, you know, so it's where you cut them, because they are so annoying. And then here, the build-up, don't use these snares. You can use these snares, like in the background, to make them sound fuller, but don't use these snares in the main snares, the ones of choo, 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 because it's used a lot in progressive house. So maybe take some snares, do your own rhythm, like the main one, and this one you put it in the background, and it's gonna cover a lot more space and give a lot more body. But nobody's gonna realize you use these snares. So this way, it's not gonna sound like every progressive house song out there. Okay, two things I would do. First, as Blackcode would probably have said, the melody is a bit random, and it's not really clear, really easy to sing and to remember. Okay, maybe go a bit more basic on the melody. Because you see here, when you should start the melody again, you do a variation. That's good, but I don't know, maybe it's a bit chaotic, not chaotic, but like difficult to remember. And a thing I would do is, you have kick, snare, kick, well, kick, click and snare, kick and snare, okay? This kind of progressive house. I wouldn't have it in this drop. I would have it in the second part. Okay, here just kick, like boom, 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 and in the second part of the drop, you have the boom, ch, boom, ch, boom, ch. So this way you keep all the energy here, because when you add this snare, it's like you reduce a bit the energy. You know, it's more kind of radio progressive house, we could say, or softer progressive house. So the first impact, the first part of the drop, just the energy, boom, 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 to jump. And then in the second part, the kick and the snare, kick and the snare. And then in the second drop, you can start early with the kick and the snare. But my advice is the first drop, the first part of the drop, you know, the first 16 bars, these ones, just have it without the snare. The ideas are nice, man. Sorry, I'm eating. The vibes of this song are so nice. So nice, really nice one. Okay? Thanks for sending. By the way, Raul is asking he wants to sing. I would like to start recording some vocals because I used to sing a while ago. Do you have any tip for a decent mic? Not really expensive. I'm not really into microphones. Okay, like also not really into audio interface. This one, for example, is 50 euros. Everything with the arm and all of this. If you want to sing like that, I don't really recommend this one. This one is good, maybe for things like this, for the videos. But on the videos, I add some EQing and so it sounds a bit better. And also maybe to record some vocals, but vocals that I'm gonna add some processing, maybe some kind of, for example, my last song, the VIP remix of Still Thinking, is me singing with this one, that ooh, ooh, ooh. But I recorded a couple of times, I add some processing, pitch it down, well, format and all these things, so this way it sounds different. And if the main take, the first take doesn't have the perfect quality, don't worry, because you're gonna change that, you know. But if you want to sing like to be like the main vocal, you need a bit better microphone. I'm not sure about less than 100. I would recommend you the Shure SM7B, but that one is almost 400. Okay, no, I'm not sure. Sorry, man. Look on Google. On YouTube is your best help. By the way, I'm eating this. Organic mini crispies for crunchy munchies. Corn, sweet pepper. Healthy things, you know. I always have healthy things on these live streams. Okay. Next one, Ashhat. SoundCloud ruins most of the top end. Yes and no. I mean, what SoundCloud does is, as it reduces the quality, it creates some artifacts or goes high end, goes frequencies, you know, that are kind of weird. Like if the top end was kind of inside the water, you know, or wet or something like this. But the mixing is the same, you know, the mixing is the same. So don't really think like, oh no, it sounds bad because of SoundCloud. No, probably sounds bad because its mixing is bad. Isn't it too hard for being trance? Maybe it's a subgenre, I don't know, but I like it. I like the energy and so. So far, I think it sounds good and so. Maybe, for me, the kick is a bit loud. And then the vocal needs more space, needs to be clear. It's not really clear, not really easy to understand. With energy. For me here, the ambience effects are too loud, so it creates a lot of noise and too much reverb. That's my opinion. I know trance is like this, but that's what I would do, okay? Try to reduce a bit the ambience effects in the background because they are too loud. And also here for me it has a lot of noise. I know trance is like this, that's my taste, okay? But the idea is so nice, man, so nice. The biggest problem I see is the vocal that is a bit lost in the mix. It needs to be a bit more present, needs to give a bit more space to it on the mix, you know? There's a bit on the instrumental in some parts, so you give a space to the vocal. But the rest is quite good. Well done, well done. That's weird, SoundCloud ruining their own platform with this. It's always been like this. I mean, the thing is that, oh shit. SoundCloud releases every song to MP3 192 or 256, I'm not sure, 192 probably. So that's what happens. Okay, man, I cannot really give you feedback. I always say this to everybody that doesn't sound like this because it's like everything, okay? For example, in the previous song I said about the vocal and about the noise, but here is everything. I mean, using a whistle here is so risky if you don't have anything else. And there's a piano thing with sidechain that I don't really know why there's sidechain here. The whistle and the snap. There's not enough. I mean, you need a full song to add the snap, and the snap would be in the background. It's quite risky. The song sounds quite thin, quite empty. Then this kick has no energy at all. I mean, it's like tick, tick. It needs to sound like boom, boom, boom. The bass is extremely thin. There's no sub bass at all. There's no sub bass. Sounds so empty. You need more chords, more mids, a lot of things, you know. So just keep working, keep improving, trying new things, and in the end, you're gonna realize what problems you have. I mean, you're gonna realize by yourself that you forgot those things. Okay, the things I said, and you're gonna add them. By the way, guys, I'm contacting another producer for next week to come to the live stream. Next week, I usually do the live stream on Thursday, okay? Last week and this week I've done it on Saturday because Blackcode only could do it on Saturday, alright? Otherwise it would have to be at night. And we were going to do it last Saturday. But, I mean, on Friday, I think he told me he couldn't do it. So I was, okay, I just do it myself on Saturday like I did. And we do it this week. That's why we're done. So next week is not going to be on Saturday. It's going to be on Thursday again. Okay, every week is going to be on Thursday. But probably next week is not going to be on Thursday. Probably it's going to be on Wednesday. Why? Well, because on Friday I'm going to another place. I'm going to be 1 week at another place. Not vacations. Actually, it's going to be work. But yeah, we will know more about that when the time comes. But probably it's going to be on Wednesday. I'm not sure yet. And it's going to come probably another producer. Okay, I already talked with... I have 2 producers that they told me yes, for sure. I'm waiting for some more to reply. I got no's from some producers. Well, just one producer. I'm not going to say who, but he told me no. It was like, okay. But yeah, if you know somebody or you want somebody to come, just let me know in the chat right now. And I just contact the person. I mean, for example, Blackcode, I thought he was going to say no. But, or maybe like, yeah, maybe, you know. But it was like, yeah, for sure. I mean, I told him, hey, do you want to come to my live stream, blah, blah. He said, yeah, of course. When? This week? And I said, what? Okay. Of course, we delayed, but... You know, come to live stream of Mofal yesterday. He was so mad. Mad? Why he was mad? Mad in a good way or mad in a bad way? Actually, I thought about Riot today. Maybe I contact him. Hardwell, yeah, for sure. Wait. Yo, Robert, do you want to come to my live stream? He says yes. Okay, next week, alright? Yeah. Let's go to the next one. Hardware come back before Ultra. Do you imagine that? Like, he comes back to my live stream before Ultra. Well, I think it's not confirmed yet on Ultra, right? But everybody knows it is him. I will make this plug louder. I would just skip this part. From here we'll go here. Because this part, I think has no sense. It's just the same but with less energy because you stop the melody, and so just from here, go here. Guys, that thing has pepper, and I touch my nose. It had pepper. Shit. I think you need more punch on the kick. It's like the kick is like two parts, like the tag and the tail is like tungun 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 tungun, not like one like boom boom boom, you know. But I think in the tag especially you need that punch, the low end, boom. Now you have red nose. This lead reminds me to a super old hardcore song. Damn, that song. Well, actually, no. Actually, was a remix of the the dun 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 dun. Which was the song by this group? Do you know who I mean? Shazam has a voice detector, right? Shazam. Dun 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 dun. It's not detecting. Prodigy. Wasn't Prodigy? Well, never mind. Okay, here what I would do is skip this part, because you already had it in the first break, go directly to the part with the kick, but don't have the snare, because kills the vibe is like dun 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 dun. No, just the kick. Same thing. Sounds a bit dirty to me, the lead and the drop and so. Maybe in the genre it feels well to feel dirty, but I'm not sure. I don't really... I would make it cleaner, you know? Alright, and guys, the last one. Carl Roque. Okay, the last one for today. Then I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna try to finish the video for tomorrow. And... I hate you. Fuck you. Now it's not that red. I hate you. Man, if you, during the live stream, probably not, okay, but if you, during the live stream, you have work on the song, and you added before it drops something like red ear, or something like this, something reference to my red ear, apart from the artwork, I'm gonna give you a sample pack for free. Probably not, but if you have done it, man. You haven't done what they said. You didn't have here the red ear thing, but the vibe is so nice. Good rhythm, good groove. You're focusing too much on my red ear, but you forgot my pimple. For me, these claps are too loud. Snares are extremely loud. I just feel it needs more sub bass, and this new lead that went left and right is a bit loud, but the rest is so good. Honestly, you know what you could do? Solve the thing I said and send this to Castion. I don't know, maybe, who knows? He likes it. He's doing this kind of thing nowadays, so I don't know. Maybe he likes it or he helps you a bit more. Nice one, guys. I mean, man. Well, also everybody that sent the song. It's a nice song. So, guys, it's done. The end of this live stream. As you can see, I'm with my old chair. My new chair is there, but I'm gonna change it for another one. Problems of recording videos, because right now you wouldn't see anything right here. All of this would be black. All of this. It's so difficult to do. All of this would be black because of the chair. So I cannot have this kind of chair. Sorry, problems of live streaming, of making videos and all of that. Guys, new video tomorrow. If any of you, the 30 people that is right now here watching this live stream is not subscribed, subscribe right now. But if you're subscribed, click on the bell icon, on the notification bell icon, please. If you didn't click, do it right now. This is a free, extremely free, €0, $0, 0 corona, 0 pesos, 0 what was the Indian one? Rupees, 0 rupees, free way to support me. Okay? So click the bell icon. And nothing else, guys. Next week, another live stream, probably on Wednesday. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna say it on Instagram. Probably with another producer. New video tomorrow. Mr. Red Ear, not anymore. Just a little bit, not anymore. And nothing else. Thanks so much for being here. Okay, I'm gonna try to bring another producer. If the next one comes next week, I just can say it's another progressive house producer. Yeah, sorry guys, I'm focusing too much on progressive house. I mean, Cyberman progressive house, Blackcode progressive house, and the other one progressive house. But I already talked to another one that is also pretty big. That he wants to come. He's not progressive house. But he just went to another house. He has no internet, so we need to delay this a little bit. Also because, as I said, I'm gonna be 1 week out, so probably March that guy is gonna come. Nothing else? No, not Rios, but I want to talk with Rios. Probably talk with him next week or something. Nothing else, guys. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks so much for everything, for all the donations, for sending the music, for supporting, for liking. If you don't like, for subscribing. If you didn't subscribe, subscribe. For enable notification bell icon. If you didn't do it right now. And remember, new video tomorrow. And if you haven't seen my last video about how much money I made, go and watch that fucking video, please. Please. I don't understand. I mean, everybody wants to know how to make money. And I make a video and it doesn't blow. It needs to blow. So go and watch it entirely, and like and comment and send it to your friends. And with that being said, I don't annoy you anymore. Thank you so much, guys. See you next time. Goodbye. Ciao.